This is Dr. John Whitcomb talking about the fast mimicking diet and neurological disease, particularly Alzheimer's, and reviewing Dr. Walter Longo's book and some of his material. Now, as you know, the fast mimicking diet is a diet in which you spend 5 days a month on reduced calories, and that dramatically increases your stem cells and turns on your vacuum cleaner. Now, Alzheimer's disease has dramatically impaired vacuum cleaning. We call that autophagy, which is cleaning out old organelles and cells, and in the brain, probably beta amyloid, which is accumulating for a variety of reasons. But we want to turn that process on. Now, we don't have large studies in humans, but what we do have is an experimental model studies in mice. If you take mice and they have experimental Alzheimer's and put them on the equivalent of the fast mimicking diet for mice, what you see is a 75% reduction in their IGF-1, their growth hormone, and markedly improved cognitive function in mice. What you see in humans is when you put them on effectively the cognitive same thing as the fast mimicking diet, which is the best we have in terms of equivalent, is what we call the Mediterranean diet. And the Mediterranean diet is basically a diet in which you get about 50% of your calories from fat, the majority of your calories from vegetables, and a small amount of animal protein in the form of cheese and a tiny bit of fish, with abundant exercise and probably increased vitamin D, many of the things that are needed in Alzheimer's disease. Now, in that context, the Mediterranean diet studies show that folks have better cognitive functioning, albeit to a modest degree, but nevertheless in the right direction and significant. What would that make us think we should do for us humans? Well, we don't have large studies in humans yet. Boy, are we eagerly waiting, because in Dr. Bredesen's RECODE program, his step number 1 is teach your brain to run on ketones. In other words, get on a low-carb diet. But we should notice that in the fast mimicking diet, their low carb is actually high vegetable and 50% of calories from olive oil. But let's remember what green vegetables do. Green vegetables are not digested in your stomach, they're digested in your colon. And if we look to the similar effect in gorillas, which we've seen studies of, we can show that in your colon, the biome of your gut changes complex green vegetables into tiny short-chain fatty acids. Gorillas are estimated to get roughly 70% of their calories from fat, even though they eat mostly green leaves. Isn't that interesting? The same thing's happening to us. Our brain is aching to be on fat, but it needs to be on fat obtained from vegetables via the gut and our gut biome, or olive oil, not the saturated fat of humans. What will work for me? I'm making myself bigger salads with lots of olive oil. I'm adding spinach to my breakfast. I'm trying to eat nuts for lunch. As I shift my calories and learn to make more and more recipes, shifting away from animal products. For example, with the fast mimicking diet, did you know you could eat an avocado for breakfast and an avocado for supper, 320 calories each, that's 640, and have 10 macadamia nuts and you're up to 800 calories. You could make that your 4-day fast mimicking diet protocol. You get 3 avocados on day 1 when you're allowed 1100 calories. So this is Dr. John Whitcomb giving you a piece of dietary advice on how to keep your brain healthy for Alzheimer's, eagerly awaiting more studies to come.